All right, on to Andoras's story. Um, Luckily, I got her on the first 10 tries, which is insane because I've been trying to get Belka for probably 40 or 10 plus rolls, I guess you would call it. So 40 tries basically. And I never got her. I tried again today, didn't get her. I really do want to get Belka because I think having her along with Andoris would be really good for the electric team. Because eventually I do want to build an electric team. I kind of have my own little team set up for Hydro. I would love to show it off because it's insanely good. And this is coming from a guy who has no experience in these types of games. So I'm pretty proud of it myself. I won't lie, maybe I've been watching a couple guides on characters, so that's kind of why I have more knowledge. But I mean, I'm still proud of myself for because I had the idea. I just needed the information. All right, so let's get to it. Sorry to keep you waiting, Endoris. Don't worry about it. It's very kind of you to take time out of your busy day just to help me sort through my narrow data, Commander. You're welcome. It's my responsibility as your commander after all. Today we're going through the section of records from when you joined 404, right? Yes, a lot happened back then. Oh, interesting. I'm also keen to learn about what went down. After all, the Klutai I remember never struck me as someone particularly welcoming to new members. Hehe, you're right about that, Commander. You seem eager to hear it too. If you're ready, shall we begin right now? Let's do this. This scenario. Ah, this was just like back when I first saw an Elid. In level 2? Yes, all I saw was their virtual image back then, but even so it spooked me. It's understandable that civilian dogs would not have much opportunity to see Elids. I'll go ahead and take care of these then, Commander. Alright, since we have Andoris, to make it lore accurate, we'll have the members of 404 in this group. We'll just play with Andoris and then have Klukai kind of wipe everybody afterwards. I still don't know much of how to use her yet. First, let me do this. Okay. But I do know that it's very, very wise to place the turret down first. Put it right here. And then just kind of let it... Whoa. Okay, well, we can just wipe everybody. Or, no, I do kind of want to see... Yeah, how she plays out. So we'll just kind of basic attack everybody. Because I believe everyone with a negative charge... let's see if he'll let me. Let's see. Oh man, when taking... Yeah, if it's electric damage. So, if I do this... Yeah, there we go. That's really cool. So cute. Oh, we got a story node. .416 and GRG11 push open the door as they walk into the cafe. After finding their seat, a waitress doll approaches them. Welcome, my name is Andoris, and I'm here to serve you today. Is there anything I can help you with? The attentive Andoris does not hand them the menu, nor does she show any signs of concern or impatience. She merely smiled and waits for .416 and GRG11's response. Perhaps eased by Andoris' gentle demeanor, .416 briefly loosens up after having glared at Andoris with her usual weariness. Your manager, is Springfield here? Manager Springfield is unavailable at the moment. She'll be back in a little bit. If it's okay with you, you can wait for her here, or you can leave her a message. Sure, we'll wait for her here. Alright, I'll head back to work then. Please let me know if you need anything. After Andoris has left, .416 double-checks the details of the commission. We're ahead of schedule. There's still half an hour before the agreed delivery time. Isn't that a good thing? That means we completed the last commission faster than expected. Stop dragging me out of bed so early in the morning next time, .416. And you need to stop treating one-offs as the norm. Whatever you say, you're always on edge like this, .416. GRG11 murmurs as she stretches lazily before she flops onto the table, contentedly letting her eyelids slowly close shut. Since we have plenty of time, I'll just... Even when those two aren't around anymore, GRG11 still hasn't grown one bit. .416 props her head up and turns her attention to outside the window. The traffic of a green zone cafe in the day is quite light. Together with the soothing melodies playing in the background, the sunlight streaming through the ceiling-high windows conjures a brief moment of afternoon tranquility. Amidst this tranquility, .416 checks the message interface on her terminal once again. Alas, it is just as quiet there. Have things like this bothered you before too, Commander? Hot, hot, hot. Get me some ice. Right. Can't you take that pitcher away? Bring ice cubes, wipe the table, then take the order, and take the pitcher away. Ugh, again? Can't you process more than one thing at a time? You think I'm in a mood to order food right now? I'm really sorry. Aww. The commotion nearby interrupts the brief moment of peace .416 was enjoying. GRG11, on the other hand, slightly adjusts her position and drifts back into her slumber. Seeing the overwhelmed and panicking Andoris, a certain civilian doll pops into .416's mind. She slightly adjusts her mental state and lets out a soft sigh. At the very least, GRG11's more useful than this one. Finally, the cafe's doors swing open once again as Springfield walks in. Upon noticing Andoris wiping at the coffee stain, she smiles helplessly. Just as she's about to lend Andoris a hand, .416 barges in and blocks her path. .416? It's been a while. My apologies for my absence, and not being there to receive you. There was an urgent matter I had to attend to. It's fine. You're right on time. Hehe, exacting as always, .416. How long has it been since we last met? 3 years? No, must be longer than that. Let's leave the catching up for later. Is the cargo ready for handover? Cargo? A tinge of hesitation flashes across Springfield's usual gentle expression. I see, but please wait for a moment while I take care of something. With .416's nod of agreement, Springfield gestures for Andoris to head to the back of the cafe. Still cleaning the floor, Andoris pauses for a moment before joining Springfield. .416 walks back to her table,
and bluntly shakes GRG-11 awake. Ugh, what now? Time to work. Sure. No need to wake me up like that. Springfield's back. Where is she? Sorry to keep you waiting. Please follow me to the back. 416 hesitates for a moment, then pushes the drowsy GRG-11 along after Springfield. Walking past the kitchen, the three stop somewhere more akin to a storage room. A large person-tall container lies quietly in the center of the room. 416 casually approaches the container and carefully examines it for a moment. This is what we're here for? Can you please unlock the box? Seeing as the exact delivery date has yet to be confirmed, the cargo will need to be stored at 404's warehouse first. Thus, we'll need to verify the cargo's condition before delivery. No problem, but if possible, can you please stop referring to her as cargo? What do you mean by her? Instead of answering directly, Springfield pushes open the lid. Andoris lies quietly in hibernation in the cold transport container. Her serene, sleeping face resembles the warm sunshine of spring. While she has been removed from the cafe's registry, her local narrow backup has yet to be deleted. In a way, she is still our companion. What companion? After everything, you just sold her off like any other appliance or item. Who did you sell her to? Don't tell me the scrapyard, or some random broker in the yellow zone. 416, we just need to verify her condition. No need to delve too deep into this. I don't need you to remind me of that. Seeing 416 overbearing stance, GRG-11 reluctantly chimes in to ease the tension despite the "not this again" expression on her face. Please don't take it personally, Springfield. 416 is just a little hypersensitive with these matters due to what happened to us before. 404 has no prejudices whatsoever against our clients, nor do we delve into matters that are not our concern. You can rest assured. Hehe, I understand. We too simply hope Andoris can find a more suitable place. Due to her frame's performance issues, she can't handle most of the daily tasks at the cafe very well. She herself is quite troubled by this. But rest assured, the one who will take Andoris in is not an inconsiderate individual. I can guarantee you that. 416, without even responding to Springfield, totally patches into an encrypted channel. Liva's voice comes through. Looks like you successfully rendezvoused with Springfield. Liva, is the cargo you told us to bring over this civilian doll called Andoris? I don't remember the exact nature of the cargo being specific anywhere, but the given time, location, and content for the handover all line up. It sounds right to me. Sounds right to you? Since when did 404 start taking on sketchy commissions like these? Don't think that Oh, looks like Kalina got herself in some trouble. Gotta hang up now. I'll trust you with bringing Andoris back. Hello? Hello? With the call abruptly cut off, 416 can only try to calm herself. She then closes the lid of the container in front of her. 1503-56, Squad 404 confirms receiving the civilian doll Andoris. Phew, she's finally back to normal. Hehe, I'll leave her to you from now on, Squad 404. You should stay and rest for a bit before you leave. That will not be necessary. Until she's delivered, 404 will ensure Andoris' safety. If any unexpected issues arise down the line, we will contact you again. Oi, GRG-11. Come on, not me again. Shut up, get her out of here. The back door is over there. Okay. GRG-11 carries the transport container out of the back door of the cafe, with 416 following after her. Perhaps out of a professional habit, Springfield gently bows at their departing silhouette. Please take good care of her. Wow. I mean, I knew she was a civilian doll, but I didn't know she was with Springfield. That's actually kind of... Bro, okay, a little bit of a tangent. Like, why are the humans such assholes for, like, no reason? Like, I get it, right? Like, they're just... To them, they're just androids, I guess. But, you know, like, they can clear... I'm sure they know that they're supposed to be like humans. You know, they have their own personalities, their own, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to just give out the description, you can just call them human-like. So why would you be like an asshole for like no reason? Like, oh, like you can't process more than one thing, and it's like, well, she probably can't because she probably has performance issues. Like if it was me, I wouldn't be like an asshole. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, it, because it's Andorus or like any other doll. I'm just saying that as me personally, I would not be like harsh to them for like any reason like that. Like, nor am I like that to any like actual human in the real world, you know. So just seeing them act like assholes to them kind of like pisses me off a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird, but let me know how you feel about that in the comments. All right, that's, yeah, we're good. Put it up here. Can it hit anyone from down there? Oh. Well, they died. Oh my. Yeah, let's do that. Ew. Sorry, Meshi. Oh no. Okay, this time I'll actually like use Andorus. We'll just have everyone else kind of use basic attacks, basically. See what I did there. So, you want to start off with a Sentry. And then... Oh, okay, so when I use an electric attack on him, this person will die because they have the negative charge. Let's kind of get everyone that's in the way out of the way. I want to leave that person. That way we can showcase. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that. So now, if we use this on him, he will die. Nice. And then,
Just waste this guy. And as you noticed, I'm not using her gun because I only have her blue tier 1. I don't have a purple one. So I'm using someone else's purple. Still works fine. I just want her to do more damage. Okay, looks like we got a story node. Having brought back and safely stored Andoris at 404's temporary base, 416 returns to her routine as if nothing happened. Originally planning to bring GRG-11 along for the simulation training, she notices several maintenance crew sitting at the usually vacant rest area. Each of them holds a cup of coffee and chats enthusiastically. None notices 416's appearance. The aroma of coffee wafting through the air adds a touch of coziness to this place usually lacks, but also a hint of suspicion. Wow, can't believe we're being attended to by someone. It's definitely a first. Guess these dolls finally learned to treat their guests. I don't think I've seen her face before. A tactical doll hiring a civilian doll? This world is becoming more absurd by the day. Who cares? I'm good as long as there are pretty girls to look at. Ha ha ha. This guy. Miss, another cup of coffee, please. Okay, please wait for a moment. We ran out of coffee beans, and I just found a new bag. Hearing the request, Andoris walks out of the storage and deftly loads the coffee beans into the machine. I'm really sorry. We only have a coffee machine here, so I can't hand brew you anything. Oh, that's totally fine. We don't care about such things. We'd even drink motor oil if Miss Andoris were the one who brought it to us. Hehe, you're really funny. Seeing Andoris laughing and joking with the maintenance crew, 416 tenses up again after having calmed down. Just then, Andoris also notices her entering the rest area and greets her with a friendly smile. Good morning, 416? Sorry, I'm not terribly familiar with T-Doll's imprint system. I apologize if I've made a mistake. You're not mistaken. But 416 walks over to the beanbed sofa, grabs onto its ledge, and yanks it up. GRG-11, who is lying cozily on it, is thrown onto the floor following a loud thud. What are you doing, 416? You could have just told me to get up nicely. A doll that should be in the warehouse is freely roaming the base. Yet you, a member of 404 is tasked with their safekeeping, simply turned a blind eye. You tell me why I should be nice with you? I'm not the one who woke Andoris up. It's Dyer. He came over and sneakily powered Andoris up, then left as if he was fleeing from a disaster. Even woke me up in the process. Dyer is certainly becoming quite bold. I happen to have some equipment that needs his calibration. We should pay him a visit in person. What a hassle. You can go on your own. I'll go back to... Seeing GRG-11 head for the beanbag sofa, 416 swiftly snatches her by her clothes. To avoid being snatched away, GRG-11 holds onto one of the table's legs with her hand. As the tug of war plays out, comms to a special encrypted channel are established. With Liva's image coming through, 416 puts GRG-11 down. Having gained some breathing room, GRG-11 retreats to the safety of hiding behind Andoris. Safe at last. Hehe, I don't think 416 meant any harm. Glad to see you two still close as ever. Is your visual module malfunctioning or what? Anyway, great timing. We're just about to pay Dyer a visit. Given that he activated the doll in 404's custody without authorization. It was authorized. I gave him the order. Oh,
And I also reminded him to be quiet on the job and flee as if his life depended on it, seeing the boatload of trouble he would be in if caught by 416. You think 404 is having too much of a good time as of late or what? The client says it'll be a while before they can collect the cargo. It'll be a shame not to put such an excellent civilian doll like Endoris to use. See? She can attend to the personnels and look after GRG-11. Isn't that great? You think I'm a moron? 416 did not raise her voice, yet her tone carries intense intimidation. The maintenance crew who have been watching from the sidelines sensibly put down their coffee and leave the scene one after another. It's not until only 3 dolls remain in the rest area that Liva resumes talking. What's the matter? Why so grumpy all of a sudden? Quit playing dumb. No client is coming to collect the cargo. And Doris is the new recruit you're trying to bring into 404, isn't she? You thought I wouldn't notice her file tucked in with the stats of resumes you had Lena bring over? Oh wow, despite all that fuss about being against new members, you sure pay a lot of attention to the matter, 416. See? All of this happened because you stubbornly refused to interview any new dolls. So I had to resort to my methods to get you both in one place. What are you hoping to achieve by putting a civilian doll in 404? Deliver lunchboxes to the enemy on the front line? Well, it's not like it's our first time converting a civilian doll into a tactical doll. I'd say GRG-11 certainly qualifies as a formidable combatant now. She's different. 416 glances at GRG-11 hiding behind Andoris with half of her head poking out. Dyer and I are in talks about how to utilize this feature to enhance 404's capabilities. Besides, she's got a calm and gentle personality, good for smoothing things out when Lena and I aren't around. She's also better at holding conversations with humans. I know you aren't the best at dealing with them, huh, 416? Except for a certain commander. Stop changing the subject. I know what you're up to. So long as I let these new recruits into the team, you can sit comfortably in your NOMFA office and dump mission after mission on us to toy away at. Liva, 404 is a squad of 4. You may be the leader, but you aren't in charge of everything. So you do know it's a squad of 4 after all. Liva's retort makes 416's expression grow even more somber. What are you trying to say? You and GRG-11 have been working over capacity, right? Even to the point of being carried back by drones after you both were nearly destroyed. I don't suppose that's a good thing for either you or 404's reputation. Oh, look who suddenly cares about 404's reputation. Same leader who took half of our fighting power and rarely comes back. You think cramming a civilian doll into the squad will help 404's reputation? What we need now is a proficient tactical doll, not a walking hard drive. An interesting analogy. Ugh. As her neural cloud is thrown into a disarray by the twirl, GRG-11 clutches tightly at Adoris's hem. The latter smiles and places her hand over GRG-11's ears to shield her from the noise. Huh, I say it's best for you to chill out for now. I mean, ultimately, it's not up to me if Endoris joins 404 or not, since you two are going to be the ones working with her on a daily basis. Glad you're aware of that. Of course I do, but you need to stop acting like a child who refuses to play with others once you've found a best friend. Throwing a tantrum like a spoiled brat will only hurt those you cherish the most, you know. Shut up. 416 hangs up the call without thinking twice. As she turns around, she sees Andoris soothing the clearly perturbed GRG-11. She got frightened. Her neural cloud is a little jumbled right now. Although I'm not sure what you two were arguing about, I believe disagreements between companions shouldn't be taken too seriously. When I worked at the cafe, I too... Just leave.
416 avoids Endoris' eyes. You heard our conversation. There's no place for you in 404. Unlike her back in the day, you can find other places to go besides the cafe. After noticing Endoris' silence, 416 awkwardly adds another line. Until you find your next employment, you can live here. You can also back up your NeuroCloud in 404's server for the time being. ... More dots. Even more dots. Endoris' silence lasts longer than expected. 416 looks at her again with impatience. While the smile lingers on the lips of the beautiful doll, her gentle eyes have grown dull and empty. 416, I think she crashed? Just as the two lean in to take a closer look, Endoris suddenly blinks. Her smile gives way to unease and confusion. As if unaware of her own crash, she casually picks up where the conversation had been left at. So, I've been fired again? Uh-huh. How sad. Feel bad for her. Oh, Liva. Or no, this is Lena. Oops, sorry. I know in the last video I had said that that was Liva. Uh-oh. My bad. Now is Liva... Does she use the UMP-9 or the 45? I think she used the UMP-9 and Liva uses the 45. That kind of fits though, her character a little bit. We're just playing around here. I'll let those people live. Kill this guy. Oh my. Oh, I forgot that it has to be electric damage. Oops. Oh, I was like, who's left alive? Phew, we're making great progress. Your orders are really concise and efficient, Commander. And you're very good at carrying them out. Although there are some lags and delays, your executions are accurate and your information analyses very precise. Both have been a great help. Commander, are you being considerate of my feelings? You are truly very kind. I'm very appreciative of your acceptance, Commander. Speaking of acceptance, sorry for putting it this way, but I never expected Klukai to eventually approve your inclusion. Hehe, indeed, I was also quite surprised. I thought I was going to be fired again. Oh, maybe fired is not the right word since I wasn't officially employed in the first place. What did you do to change Klukai's mind? I feel like I did a lot, but also nothing at the same time. What does that mean? Let's continue sorting through it, Commander. Seeing my neural records firsthand would be more helpful, I think. I'll entrust you with it. ... Endoris, can you hear me? ... Ah, my apologies, Commander. There was a bit of an error when I loaded in the data. It's alright. Let's focus on the battle on hand. Alright, so for Andoris, one of her Fitz keys that I got lets her start off with full indexes. So now she can do. I do wish the range was a little bit better. She can do 2 of these. And she can also do positive charge on all of the allies. And I think she puts negative charge on the one with the most health, which is this guy right here. Alright. Oh. I didn't expect them to die that fast. I kind of want to see what happens when we kill all of these guys. So we're just going to skip most of the turns. I really wish I had Belka. Really, dude. Okay, so yeah, they're done. All of them are dead. Get good angle at it. That's crazy. I really love that. Once we get Belka, it's gonna be a lot better. And then I'll try to learn how to use Mosin better too. Mosin Nagant. And then Jianyu. Oh, I forgot about her. A full electric team, which is what I want. Today's plan failed. Despite learning some ambush and CQC techniques through online video tutorials, when it came time to put them into practice, I got pinned by Miss 416 before I even realized what was happening. Looking back, she likely noticed my presence before I first approached her. Her late sweep was so fast I barely caught a glimpse of it. However, I did manage to lift Miss 416 off the ground. I suppose that could be considered a small triumph for me. Sitting in front of the terminal, Andoris sighs, then frowns at the words she had just typed out on the terminal. No, lifting Miss 416 off the ground was just a random reaction I resorted to amidst the confusion. It was not a deliberate act. Besides, I got quickly pinned to the ground afterwards. While I knew it wouldn't be as easy as shown in the tutorial, Miss 416 is far beyond my expectations. What should I do now? Since I gave my word that I'd land a single hit on Miss 416 to prove myself worthy of the position, I can't stop after just one failure. Though I can't just shoot Miss 416 with a real gun. That would be too dangerous. Andoris pulls up the search engine and aimlessly clicks around, browsing through tactical training videos. Today, I'm going to teach you some useful moves that are particularly helpful when there's a significant disparity between you and your opponent. The key is to target your opponent's weak spots. Target the weak spots? Makes sense. Generally speaking, the human body have these sweet spots: the abdomen, the throat, and the eyes. Let me demonstrate you how to quickly hit these areas. Do dolls share the same weak spots? The abdomen. Our frames look to be quite protected. The neck does look more fragile, but I doubt I can deal any damage with my strength. That leaves one option. Let's see what the video says. Suppose we're face to face with the enemy. Andorra stands up and pushes the chair under the table, leaving enough space around her. Right, suppose the enemy is here. Keep your lower body stable by spreading your feet slightly apart. Get ready to move around or even jump. Ready to move around. Protect your face with your left hand Defend yourself. Left hand. Okay, right here. But don't I need to know how Miss 416 will attack first to be able to defend myself? Based on my previous observations, there are 17 possible areas I could be hit. First to protect the nose, then cover the chest, forehead, and nose. Strike out with your right hand, go straight for the eyes. Owie, why did you hit me? The obvious comedic twist leading into the second half of the video has gone completely over Andoris' head as she is already on the verge of crashing. Nose, covered forehead, hit. Bam! Andoris punches herself in the face and is knocked to the ground. Today's plan failed as well. Seeing as I failed to master the technique of attacking an opponent's weak spots head on, I resorted to an ambush again. However, right as I covered Miss 416's eyes, she immediately turned around and tackled me to the ground. Combat really is a challenging ordeal. How can I land a hit and prove myself to Miss 416? Fortunately, I found a direction to work towards. The video tutorial taught about employing equipment creatively, like using flashbangs to temporarily blind enemies. I've decided to try this approach. I'll prepare for it tonight. Let's keep pushing tomorrow. Today was another failure. I guess filling the meeting room with mood light isn't as effective as real flashbangs. Though, when Miss 416 threw me to the ground, my sight did blur for a split second. I guess that does count as the blinding effect. Hehe, I should take note of that. The tutorial made mention of utilizing the terrain to one's advantage when faced with overwhelming odds. As the saying goes, everything's about the right timing, the right location, and the right people. That has inspired me. Tomorrow, I'll experiment with a plan that leverages the environment. I hope it'll go smoothly. The distraction tactic failed. I asked Miss Mechanic to help distract Miss 416, but it wasn't effective at all. Miss 416 managed to knock me to the ground the moment I revealed myself. Does she have additional visual modules besides her eyes? Fortunately, after all these days of hard work, I have mastered the base's layout, or at least the sections accessible to an outsider like me. Additionally, I now have a general understanding of Miss 416 and Miss GRG11's habits. I can make use of this information in future plans. On a side note, one thing's been bothering me. Over the days, despite getting angry and calling my plan foolish, Miss 416 never stopped me from attempting my ambush tactics. What does she mean by that? I'm so tired. Today was supposed to be a day off, yet we're staying up later than usual. Stop complaining. Didn't I just take you out for a ride to relax? You call that relaxing? I still have dust in my mouth. Ugh. Fine, hurry up and get in. Time to write today's training report. Look at what time it is. It's my personal time now. You need to respect my... Hush. 416 abruptly stops from dragging GRG11 into the meeting room. Caught in the momentum, GRG11 can't stop in time and bumps straight into her. Ouch. What now? Are we going into the meeting room or not? Quiet. Haven't you noticed something's up? Huh? Something's up? Why are all the lights in the meeting room switched off? Are we so low on budget that we need to conserve energy like this? No, I told the staffs to leave the lights on and have the equipment ready before they clock out since we'll need the meeting room around this time. Does that mean someone snuck in? A thief? No way. This is 404's secret hideout. Switch to night vision. Yes. With their night vision on, the two see the meeting room is in total disarray. The floor is littered with all sorts of debris in the contrast to its usual tidiness. I can't see very well, but they certainly made a big mess. Guess a thief really got in. But why would they rummage through a meeting room? Careful, we need to take a closer look. 416 and GRG11 slowly enter the meeting room with their weapons trained. 416 comes to a halt when she feels something crack underneath her feet. Coffee beans? Tea bags and snacks too. I don't get it, 416. Are we sure this is actually not the pantry? Check the corner. Something's there. Oh, okay. In night vision mode, the two find a thing lying on the ground in the corner. Dot dot dot. Is that hair I'm seeing? Is that a person? 416. 416 does not answer, but rather quietly steps over the scattered debris on the floor and paces towards the thing on the ground. She stops a step away from the thing and frowns as she stares at it. This is what you got in store for your pathetic antic today? Faking an attack in the meeting room? Dot dot dot. What's going on? Ignoring GRG-11's question, 416 steps forward and gently kicks the thing on the ground. While the thing is lying on the ground does not change its position, it visibly stiffens. Not getting up yet? Hiya! Andorra slowly sits up, intending to strike the side of 416's neck with a hand chop. 416 irritably catches her hand and swivels it around and pins her to the ground. I'll pass on the high five. Hehe, as expected of Miss 416, impressive as always. So, do you still need us to act out this nonsensical skit with you? I'm afraid you'll have to keep me company for a little longer, Miss 416. While Andorsa's face is pressed against the ground, thus making it difficult for her to speak, 416 sees the glimpse of a calm smile on her face. What? Listen to me, Miss 416. Eek! Wow! GRG-11, I told you to stay away. I can't stop. Get out of the way, 416. Owie! With GRG-11 stumbling towards her in the pitch-black meeting room, 416 fails to push her aside as both her hands are occupied with holding Endoris down. The two collide violently, triggering another round of ruckus. Enough! Click! 416 flips the light on. The blinding incandescent glare suddenly fills the meeting room, and Doris narrows her eyes to adjust to the light. In her gradually clearing vision, she sees GRG-11 scrambling to stand up. What's this? It's all slippery and smells kinda good. It's coffee? Whoa, you've got them all over your face and hair, 416. Did you take a swim in a coffee pool? ... Looks like my plan is a success. Though it's with coffee, it still counts as hitting Miss 416, right? Eh? All of this was part of your plan, Endors? But where did the coffee come from? As GRG-11 looks around, a crushed coffee can rolls to her feet. Oh, guess it came from the can that I stepped on. Whoa! 416 stomps on the can, crushing it completely. The remaining liquid squirts out and splashes onto GRG-11. Oh, so you only realized it now? How about I send you to the circus tomorrow if you're that good at stepping on cans? Ooh, it's not like I meant to. I was in a hurry, and it was so dark in here. Fortunately, what Andorra's left on the ground was just a can of coffee and not a landmine. Otherwise, it would have been over for us. So you even know it'll be over. It's okay, Miss 416. No need to get upset. I think GRG-11 is just worried about you, which is why she rushed over. Besides, it's not like hazardous items are really going to be in the meeting room. Uh-huh. I wouldn't leave things of that nature in here. After all, my real intent isn't to hurt you two. ... But you're also quite the genius for making a fool out of 416 like this, Endors. GRG-11 tugs at 416's sleeve. Pretty rich coming from you. 416 glares at GRG-11, and the latter wisely shuts up. She then maintains her cold expression while turning her attention on Endors. All this just to join 404, huh? Yes, Miss 416. Please give me an opportunity. 416 takes 2 deep breaths before snatching the gun from GRG-11's hands and throwing it at Endors. Take this. and follow me to the live fire training ground. Where didn't you want a chance? Then it's time to stop your ridiculous antics and face me in proper combat. Come out on top, and I'll let you go through the acceptance test. Eh? What the heck are you doing, 416? Don't you know how much easier the acceptance test is compared to defeating you? Didn't we just agree? Mind your own business. Go get a mop and clean up the room. If I see a single coffee bean on the ground when I'm back, prepare to say goodbye to all your game save files. What's any of this have to do with my save files? Ignoring GRG11's grumbles, 416 storms out of the meeting room fiercely. Andoris pats GRG11 on the shoulder reassuringly. It's okay, Miss GRG11. I'll clean it up with you once I'm back. You need to be able to come back first. 416's really terrifying when she's worked up like that, so don't try to take her head on, although she probably won't actually harm you. Yes, I understand. I'll take my chances. It better be like that. Speaking of, do you even know how to use a gun? Andoris holds the weapon up in her hand and examines it carefully. I've watched the tutorials, so I know the basics. Just aim at the target through the scope and pull the trigger, right? Are you coming or not? I'll be right there. Andoris smiles at GRG11 and follows 416 out of the room. Visibly worried, GRG11 follows her to the door and shouts. Pay attention to the recoil. Make sure the gun is pressed up against your shoulder. Unsure whether Andoris can even remember her advices, GRG11 withdraws her glooming gaze back to the mess in the meeting room. That was kind of funny. Whoa, that's a lot of people. Can you get up from that way? Yeah. Alright, who'd you give the negative charge to? Okay, delete. Makes sense. I wanted her to, like... Oh, that's Meshi. Well, that's even worse. Well, even if she takes damage, that's fine. We're gonna do this. Nah, it's fine. And then we're gonna do this. See how that goes. Whoa. We'll just take out the people that don't have negative charge. I don't think he has it, right? Oh wow. That was crazy. Klukai just tossed this at him. I kind of like this outfit on Vector, but I always prefer the tactical ones. I like the other outfit, the one you have to buy. I think that one looks cool. Oh, we're surrounded. Is there another character that can make turrets? I don't think so, right? I think the only person that can summon things similar to turrets is Papasha and Nikita, right? Alright, let's Well, since yeah, I don't mind having her out in the open like this because she can take a lot of damage from what I know. She can handle it. Okay, let's oh, really? Wow. Okay. We'll just take out everybody with no negative charge. Wait, can she go all the way here? Yeah. Man, she can really... Oh, you... I hate that. Yeah, I forgot she's immune to that. Because she's just that cool. But that's really annoying. Wait, is she taunted? Yeah, she is. I hate that. That's so annoying. Why it's always a good idea to have a debuff cleanser, basically. Well, he's dead. They're both dead. And Doris? Yes, Commander? I'm right here. Why so serious all of a sudden? Are you feeling tired? I have a coffee grinder here. Let me brew you a cup. No, it's not that I'm tired, but sure, I'll have a cup, thanks. What I want to say is, have you ever considered optimizing your neural cloud? Not that there's anything wrong with the way you are, but if the persistent crashing bothers you a lot, I can help you with that. And Doris flashes a look of surprise before turning her focus back on what she's doing without responding right away. She sits down beside me with a gentle smile and a steaming cup of coffee ready to be served. I really can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me, Commander. Don't think of it that way. As I said before, it is my responsibility as your commander. No, it's precisely with my experience under numerous employers that I have learned. People like you who deeply care about dolls are few and far between. I just want everyone here to have an easier time. What do you think of that? We are very grateful for your kindness, Commander. However, if my neural cloud is to be optimized, my storage capacity will be affected, right? If that's the case, I will no longer be able to perform my task of info gathering and analysis as effectively as I do now. Moreover, with everyone's help, my marksmanship has somewhat improved. Therefore, I think it's best to maintain the status quo for now. Okay, if you feel that way. To be frank, I also think storage capacity and data analysis are where your strengths lie. I will keep an eye out for any emerging technologies that can fit your crashing problem without compromising your current capabilities. Commander. Alright, I've heard enough compliments today. Let's keep sorting through the narrow records, shall we? I'd like to know what happened next. Yeah, sure thing. So cute. It's been an entire hour, and my meal hasn't been served yet. This Andorus is still standing there like a piece of junk. Where's your manager? Get me your manager. I'm terribly sorry. I'll take care of it. Facing the angry customer, Senator Teresa shields Andorus behind her. Sorry, dear customer, but it's currently peak dining hour, and we are short-staffed.
We sincerely apologize for the wait. Your meal will be served shortly, and we'll do our utmost to provide you with excellent service. Hearing the commotion, Manager Springfield also emerges from behind the bar, holding a cup of steaming latte. Our deepest apologies for taking up your time. This latte is on me. Sir, I am very sorry for the inconvenience caused. I will do my best to compensate you. You? Compensate me? You think you can make up for the time I wasted because of you? With the clatter of wind chimes, 2 more customers walked into the cafe. See, Colleen? Springfield's place is very lively. Don't say that, Liva. Seeing the 2 who just walked in, Senator Teresa glances at Springfield with a look of, leave this to me, sparing her to greet the 2. Liva and Kalina? Are you out on a business trip again? Yeah, we'll be around for a while, so I figured we'd drop by. Colleen really misses your hand-brewed coffee. Springfield guides the 2 to an empty table. She then looks back to make sure Senator Teresa had appeased the angry customer before raising her hand to call Andoris over. This is Andoris, our newest employee, and these 2 are Kalina and Liva. Pleased to meet you both. So you're the newcomer. No wonder you look so flustered. I'm terribly sorry. I have embarrassed myself before you. Andoris has worked here for some time now. She's very meticulous and attentive. Using her large storage capacity, she can accurately track each customer's preferences and their birthdays. Sounds like she's a perfect fit for the job, but I guess it's another story in practice. Well, Manager Springfield has taught me everything I need to know about the job, but my own performance issue prevents me from handling more complex and unexpected requests from customers. Even when it comes to the menu, I've only learned how to brew coffee. It's not Manager Springfield's fault. Oh, I see. So you're not a good fit. Liva. Kalina stops Liva from going further, yet an enigmatic smile remains on Liva's face as she strokes her chin. Say, what about having her join 404, Springfield? Eh? Andoris? But... Liva... Kalina's voice now carries an angry undertone, yet Liva simply shrugs indifferently and turns her attention back at Andoris. Andoris, oh, by the way, hold your questions about 404 for now. What are your thoughts on working here? Me? Andoris falls silent for a moment. I will try my best to keep up with everyone. Though it may take some time, I don't want to leave. You should realize that a place that makes things harder for both sides is probably not where you belong. Seeing how swiftly you guys handled that scuffle, I can only assume what happened back there was the norm, right? ... Think more flexibly. If this place isn't the right fit for you, why not consider my suggestion? Andoris turns towards Springfield with a somewhat bewildered look on her face. Springfield pats her on the shoulder and helps straighten her apron. I have no intention of letting you go, but you have the final say. Working at the cafe won't let you reach your full potential, but 404 will. Do you want to find a place where you're truly needed, Andoris? Will I be needed at 404? Liva chuckles. Of course you will be, but you have to put up with a certain sharp-tongued yet soft-hearted doll's harsh critiques first. But believe me, she means no harm, and she's actually quite reliable. You'll be fine, Andoris. So, want to give it a try? With her hair all messed up, Andoris cowers in the room's corner with GRG-11's gun clutched tightly in her arm. Her body is covered in bruises while bullet holes litter her surroundings. Join 404 and this will be your everyday life. The real battlefield is nothing like your childish antics. ... 416 sees Andoris' blank stare and assumes she has crashed again.
Irritated, she yanks the GRG-11 assault rifle right out of her hands and walks out the door, without noticing the change on Endoris' face. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this real quick. There we go. A new world, but will this one need me? Endoris slowly stands up, then looks down at her battered body. The weight and stiffness of the assault rifle still linger in her arms. If so, I want to bear witness to the kind of world that needs me. 416 opens the door and is greeted by GRG-11, who was peering through the gap with a mop in hand. It's over? How did it go? 416 shoves the gun into GRG-11's arms and strides forward. She's alive. Oh. Can't say if she's scared senseless, though. Didn't you decide to give Andoris a chance when we were in the yellow zone earlier? Why do all of this then? ... The heavy bite comes to a stop on top of a small hill. A convoy of vehicles is parked in the valley below, surrounded by a few scattered dolls busy doing maintenance work. Their frames are covered in varying degrees of damage with signs of sloppy modifications. A number of them can barely move coherently, undoubtedly the result of haphazard remodeling done on civilian dolls. One of them quickly spots 416 and GRG-11. Her fire control module, clearly ripped from some random piece of military hardware, and forcibly welded onto her, suddenly swivels around. The mechanical eyeball rotates unnaturally, seemingly about to fall out of its socket. ... 416 shows no reaction. She stands there and stares into those empty eyes. Once the doll confirms 416 presents no threat, she drops her guard and returns to her task without looking back. Whoa, it's as if they're Frankenstein's monsters. GRG-11 had just woken up from hibernation, rubbing her eyes as she walks over to 416. Geez, if Liva hadn't taken us in, would we have ended up like them by now? You're thinking too highly of yourself. I may end up like them, but only because I was built as a T-doll. You, on the other hand, are at best a component they would bolt onto me, but most likely the most useless one. Sure, I am useless after all. If that's what you think of me, why not hurry up and recruit some other dolls so I can stay at the base and nap all day? Instead of firing back as she usually does, 416 remains silent. GRG-11 does not disturb her, nor does she return to the bike. Instead, she stays by 416's side, just as she does on the battlefield. Do you remember the original meaning of 404, GRG-11? The original meaning, as in those who don't exist? Yes. 4 dolls who, for various reasons, found themselves unable to return to any organization and were thus deemed non-existent by the world. Willingly or not, we came together, braved battle after battle, and fought tooth and nail to secure the freedom we now hold. But does that mean anything for an ordinary doll? You're increasingly acting weird as of late, 416. Has Liva and Lena leaving put too much pressure on you? Have you contemplated all this back when you decided to remodel me? Surely not. Is that the real reason why you're rejecting Andoris? In part, yes. We had no choice back then, but Andoris still does. This place may be a safe haven for us, but for her? But looking at Andoris, I don't think her prior jobs were all sunshine and rainbows either. She crashed at the mere mention of the word fired. Maybe she's better off staying with 404, just as Springfield and Liva concluded. Let's at least give her a fire control core and see if it works out. We can find her a stable job if it doesn't, or keep her at the base as logistics. 404 is not a shelter. Randomly recruiting or remodeling dolls is irresponsible to both sides. Geez, as if 404 is some legitimate organization. You're being so textbook about it that it's starting to feel weird. GRG-11 scratches her head dramatically. Besides, Liv handpicked her. We should value her judgment, right? Her judgment? I bet she's just in it for the price per doll value. But all of us that she chose back then are alive and well today. Can't hurt to try. You know, as they say, the only true failure is not trying at all. Don't let your doubts win before the fight even begins. Upon hearing such a straight-faced statement, 416 glances at GRG-11. Where did you get that from? The newest anime I watched. Cool, huh? Of course. Oh, they're leaving. The rattling sound of engine startups comes from below the hill. The bounty hunters yell at the dolls to get back on the vehicles. Hurry up, bunch of worthless scraps. Fuck, we're really shit out of luck these days. First a collapse storm, then a bunch of Viators. Half of the dolls got totaled. How are we supposed to take on any commissions like this? No worries, the boss has already contacted some underground brokers to get us more illegal dolls. Worst case scenario, we just stick through for now. Sure, wanna go have some fun later? The rude man pushes the last doll into the vehicle, then climbs in himself before pulling down the heavy blast door. Following the engine's roar, the convoy departs, gradually shrinking into a tiny black dot in the drifting sand. On top of the hill, GRG-11 and 416 also return to the bike. Sit tight. And patch me into Dyer's comm channel. 416 accelerates to full throttle, and the heavy bike speeds off in the opposite direction. With a mop in one hand and her gun in the other, GRG-11 can barely keep up with 416's brisk pace, while nervously observing her sullen expression. Did you change your mind about Endora staying? Please, say something, 416. I did not change my mind. But, if that was all it took to scare the life out of her, then she'd be crying and begging to resign in 2 days tops. We'll be on the mission by then, and who's going to fill in for her? You? Oh, but I don't think that will be the case though. Didn't you also say it's quite remarkable of her to have persevered all these days just for an opportunity? GRG-11 scratches her head and looks back at the training ground, and Doris has yet to come out, nor has she made any sound. Even 3-year-olds can come up with the same tricks. What gives? I only said that because, well, she is indeed making progress, so I decided to give her a chance. Alright, stop staring at it. Are you done mopping the floor yet? Just a friendly reminder. You still have your training report to do. Why do you still remember that? Still not fully at ease, GRG-11 stretches her head again. But what if Endoris is still willing to attempt the acceptance test? Are you going to do it, 416? 416 stops, but does not turn around. She pauses for a moment before answering. In that case, it won't hurt to let her try. Dang. Well. Yeah, that kind of sucks that they're treating the dolls like that, the other bounty hunters. But I did do a little lore research, because I was curious to why it really does seem like every single doll loves the commander. Not loves as in love, but like, you know, they like him a lot. And I was like, is this just like a, you know, just for, you know, reasons, or is there an actual lore reason? And there is a lore reason, and it's the reason why is because he treats them like people, basically. And of course, that's gonna, you know, have that, you know, connection between all of them. So yeah, there is a reason behind it. I kind of knew that, but I still wasn't sure. And I don't know, while I was reading like all that lore stuff, I'll be honest, I was using ChatGPT to help me get a summary. Apparently other games were like diving into themes of whether or not they were real people and they can love and all that. It was really weird, but it was quite interesting to read.
All right, we're getting close to the end. We just have 2 more battle nodes and then 2 more story nodes that we have to look at. So all right, let's do this. Who has negative charge? The elite probably. Wait, which one has it? None of them do. What? That's crazy. Wait, really? None of them have it? Oh, the Goliath. All right. We'll put one right here. And then we'll put another one right here. I kind of wish that the negative charge would go first and then the auto turrets. That way they can potentially shoot the enemies with that debuff. But maybe it's an upgrade or something. A fortification. Alright, let's finish this. What? Okay, we'll do this then. Nice. This is a simulation of the yellow zone, right? Level 2 really is a fascinating place. Hope you can keep up that positive attitude of yours after you turned into Swiss cheese. Oh no. Stop spooking her. Look, she crashed again. There won't be any delays to accommodate for someone's technical issues. Come on. Sorry, there's a lot of information in here. Did I crash again? Yeah, fortunately it didn't last long. I'm actually surprised you agreed to take the test, Andoris. I thought you'd be intimidated by how hostile 416 acted back then. I mean, Miss 416 did not actually hurt me. And I still want to give it another try, because someone said this is where I am needed. Do you want to carry on with that tea party there, or would you rather hear my briefing on the test? My apologies, Miss 416. Please go ahead. GRG-11 will be your acting teammate for the duration of the test. The objective is to eliminate the fleeing target in the canyon within the time limit. Operating procedure is for you two to figure out. I only care about the result. And you, Miss 416? I am in charge of monitoring, evaluating, and storing your behaviors. Understood. I'll do my best. Whatever floats your boat. I'll say again, I only care about the result. Having said that, 416 ends the transmission. With her rifle tightly clutched in hand, Andorra scans the surroundings. A certain elite T-doll is taking her combat capabilities for granted again. Don't worry, Andoris. It's just an average ambush. There's nothing complicated. Huh? What's your imprint model? It's G36K KESK. Why that one? Is it compatible with you? Why? Because I heard it's similar to Miss Centurisa's G36. If Miss Centurisa is that strong, this one can't be that bad, right? Wait, that's how you came to your conclusion? What should we do now, Miss GRG11? Ah, right. You should stay here and don't move. I'll go behind that big rock at 1 o'clock. Ignore everything else when the enemies arrive, and just do as I taught you before. Switch off the safety, aim, and shoot. GRG11 readies her gear and hurries towards the direction she mentioned. The simulated gale of level 2 blows past her flowing hair, grazing her cheeks with sand grains. But the battle-hardened GRG11 pays no mind, and soon takes her position. Staring at the direction the wind is blowing from, Andorra speaks into the communicator. Say, Miss GRG11, do you think it'll be better if we take the high ground? Eh? Why's that? Because the wind picked up. It's mentioned in the mission intelligence that the enemies are traveling in a jeep. I've seen on TV how that kind of vehicle can kick up a lot of dust, even without wind traveling at high speeds. I think the high ground will give us a better view in this case. The roaring sound of an engine grows ever closer, quickly followed by a jeep and the trail of dust behind it suddenly coming into view. Ooh-wah, I can't get up here in time. Reposition yourself and coordinate with me, Andorus. Roger. The appropriate position would be at... Andorus pauses for a moment, then quickly moves in the chosen direction. Soon she finds a suitable firing position. I'm in position, Miss GRG11. Okay, I'll suppress them and drive them towards you. Aim for the cabin once they're within range. Aim for the cabin and fire. Yes, I can do that. Raise the gun, then switch off safety. Nets, aim. Andorus peers through the gun sight, only to find the front sight post drifting about. Huh? My body isn't shaking, but why can't I aim properly? Is this the potential liability Mr. Dyer mentioned regarding low capability? Initiating backup. Controls. Andorus, they're coming towards you. But backup controls can't aim. Now, or it'll be too late. Ugh. Andorus squeezes on the trigger. The bullet emerges from the muzzle like a shooting star, skimming over the jeep's roof and heading straight towards GRG11, who is chasing after the vehicle. Owie! Test over. All participants exit level 2 now. The scene of the yellow zone slowly fades away, replaced by the training ground in 404's temporary base. GRG11 nervously rubs her head, still shaken by what just happened. Wow, what a shot, Andorus. A clean headshot as well. I guess it's surprisingly accurate from a certain perspective. ... Again? Can't you process more than one thing at a time? This Andorus is still standing there like a piece of junk. Where's your manager? Get me your manager. Andorus's lips twitched briefly before pressing into a tight line. A guilt-ridden, heartbroken expression emerges on her face. Give her a break, 416. It's her first time handling a proper firefight. It's only natural for her to be overwhelmed. Look, she knows she made a mistake. Sorry, She may have trouble adjusting. Do you have the same excuse? What? How many times have I told you to survey the battlefield carefully beforehand? Yet somehow, you still manage to let a complete newbie teach you a lesson. Come on, I just wanted to get it done. I thought it would be a matter of picking off a few targets. You know, a piece of cake. Eh? And you, zoning out again, huh? You think causing a blue-on-blue accident is funny? I'm sorry, Miss 416. She didn't laugh, though. What? Huh. Neither of you is making this easy. Head to the meeting room and reflect on your actions. Then come back later. Come back later? And Doris frowns in perplexity. After carefully pondering the meaning of those words, she ultimately decides to ask directly. But are you not going to fire me? As Liva remarked, your infield observation and intel gathering skills are indeed commendable. Being able to make that kind of judgment as a first timer is not bad, but you did neglect the most pressing matter, your marksmanship. While completing the mission is important, success shouldn't come at the expense of your teammates, especially if it is pointless. That is the bottom line. And Doris remains silent, simply clutches her gun tightly in hand. Crashed again? No, I didn't crash. I just did not expect Miss 416 to do this, willingly slow down, and wait for me to catch up. Wait for you? Don't get your hopes up. I'm just temporarily cutting you some slack, since I'd be foolish to expect you to catch up immediately. Do not fire blindly before you learn to aim. Got that? Yes, Miss 416. Not Miss 416. Call me leader from now on. Leaving those words behind, 416 immediately walks out of the training ground without looking back. GRG-11 steps over and pats Endoris on the arm. Don't be alarmed, Endoris. 416 might appear intimidating, but she's saying that means you earned her approval. Congratulations. No, I'm not nervous. Eh? I'm really happy. I think I'm starting to grasp what Miss Liva meant now, Miss GRG-11. Liva? What did she say? She said, I'm trying to find a place where I'm truly needed. I'm not sure what that means either, but I'm super happy to have you join 404. Hehe. We're teammates from now on. You two planning to stay here overnight or what? Quit standing around and come. Ooh, let's chat about it later. We should really hurry up, otherwise we're toast if she gets angry. Yeah, okay. And Doris takes her first step forward stiffly, followed by another, and is then pulled along by GRG-11, trotting toward 416 waiting by the meeting room. There are those willing to help her, and those willing to wait for her, so even if she starts a little slowly, it's okay. Regardless of the pace, or how far each step advances, ultimately, 404 moves forward together. Nice. Alright. Alright, last battle node. Oh no, a boss fight. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this is easy. I think because well, let me look at it real quick. What does negative charge do? When hit, okay, stability damage taken increased by 1. At the attacker drains HP. Okay, so it does do a bit more damage, basically. Yeah. Okay. Because I think Andoris would be good for boss fights, right? I just joined, by the way, a platoon. 10 days until the frontline smoke opens up, so I can't really, you know. Uh-oh. Oh man, that's okay. That's gonna kill everybody. We'll use, okay, never mind. We'll use basic attacks because I just want to see. I think this might kill it. No, we're good. Okay, we're good.
Oh, it heals. I forgot about that. Oops. Maybe we should just kill this guy instantly. Oh. Well, that would be about it. Thanks for your help, Commander. Looks like your experience when joining 404 was quite the story. Yeah. You seem to have some concerns, Commander. It's okay, you can ask me directly. Some of these records aren't from your perspective, huh? Uh-huh. I really can't hide anything from you, Commander. And Doris lifts up her hand and twirls her strand of hair hanging down her face with it. Some of the records are provided by Miss Liva. Of course it's her. Even when she's assigned elsewhere, Liva is still Liva. Oh, looks like you know her very well, Commander. Indeed, she must have wanted me to be a better fit in 404. I was worried that Leader Klukai only accepted me because she was fed up with all my antics. But after hearing her conversation with Meshi, I feel like I have a better understanding of her now. She really is compassionate at her core, with a soft heart under her sharp tongue. I've got to pick myself up quickly so that I can ease her worries. I'm also truly indebted to Miss Liva, both for her recommendation and everything she did afterwards. It was also Miss Liva who recognized what I was looking for at first glance. What you're looking for is a place to belong to, right? Yes, Commander. What I saw was not merely a place that tolerates my existence, but one that truly needs me, needs my presence. In 404, everyone is willing to accept my flaws, but I also have what it takes to protect my companions in return. I understand that. Feeling needed and recognized is essential to everyone. Right. After that, I came to the Elmo following 404 and met you, Commander. It's here that I learned the true meaning of belonging. Although 404 still operates independently, everyone has come to regard Elmo as their home. And Commander, you're also part of the family. Many dolls have found their belonging under you, and I wish to be one of them. Of course you can. Hehe, I've realized that whenever you're around, I feel reassured and comforted, Commander. Even my crashing frequency has decreased. In order to express my gratitude, feel free to call upon me whenever you need assistance, Commander. To me, the sense of truly belonging can only be achieved by helping and supporting each other. Alright, well we finished the battles, now we need the last story node. Once again, the rest area at 404's temporary base is jam-packed with people. While banners reading 404 development strategy presentation and welcoming Endorse to the team adorn the walls, the rest of the space is decorated with brightly colored balloons floating around. What are you trying to accomplish with all the mess here? Hehe, since you gave the go-ahead, I arranged everything accordingly to the standards for a birthday party at the cafe. We're celebrating Miss Endorse joining the team after all. Is your way of celebrating tying balloons to GRG-11's hair? Uh-huh. We weren't able to find anything to tie down the balloons, and GRG-11 happened to be sleeping right there. Come on, it's time for you to put on a smiley face. I think it's great that Miss Endorse passed the test and can stay in 404. Hehe, I have Dyer's assistance and 416's acceptance to thank for that. My acceptance is not going to last forever. Your intelligence gathering skills are useful, but you better work on your marksmanship as soon as possible. Prepare for the hellish training sessions that are waiting for you.
No problem. Though I'm afraid we'll have to trouble the technicians with more adjustments and fine-tunings then. I've brought some food over. Please consider this my thank you in advance for everyone's future assistance. Oh, that's so kind of you, Miss Endorse. We'll go have a bite right now. You treat us to your delicious food, and we'll be at your beck and call from now on. Hehe, that would be wonderful. After the maintenance crew has left, Andoris quietly nudges up to 416. Thank you for keeping me around, and turning a blind eye to this welcome party. If not for your leniency, I would be trying my luck with the bounty hunters now. After all, the service industry in the nearby cities has already blacklisted me. No need to thank me, you earned it yourself. In any case, I will cherish my place at 404, as well as this. Andoris raises the gun and caresses it lovingly. Put that thing down. You still need some time to master your fire control core. Additionally, never switch off your safety before entering combat, unless you want an accidental discharge to happen. Oh, I didn't notice that. Thank you for pointing it out. Looks like Andoris has already blended in with 404. It seems I was overthinking things. Following the voice, Liva and Lena, who have continuously been on commissions, show up at the doorway. Wow, a G36K KSK imprint. That's pretty good. 416 really went all out for you. She picked it herself. What are you guys even doing here? Has NOMFA finally realized you're a waste of space? Oh my, don't put it like that. How can we possibly be absent to the welcome party of a new 404 member? Though we're split up more often than not these days, Liva and I will always be part of the team. Upon hearing Lena's words, 416's gaze softened slightly. Noticing this, Liva smiles mischievously. Welcome to Squad 404, Andoris. I bet 416 hasn't said that to you yet, huh? Hehe. I also have your recommendation to thank, Liva. No need to be so formal. After all, it is beneficial for us too. With you on the team now, 404 will be able to take on more lucrative missions in the future. Already plotting out your little schemes before we're even back to full strength. Oh, by the sound of that, I guess you're for hiring more members. Of course, we have 2 freeloaders taking up space after all. Hey, don't put it so harshly. Even if I don't care, Liva might get upset. Right, I'm super upset now. Who would have thought that after all this time, 416 is so weak that she can't accomplish anything without me or Lena? Just more unusually, 416 does not immediately retaliate with words. Liva, Lena, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. You may have your own choices and plans, but 404 will move towards the future as well. Andoris' arrival is but the beginning. 404 will grow stronger than ever before, all under my leadership. Looks like 416 has already taken it upon herself to become the leader without me saying a thing. Perfect then. That saves me a bunch of words. What do you mean? I mean what I said. Seeing 416's alerted expression, Lena quickly chimes in. About not being able to participate in 404's routine commissions, Liva and I have always felt very guilty. We are also well aware that this has caused a lot of inconvenience for you and GRG-11. So, in addition to looking for new recruits, we also want to make some adjustments to the squad's structure. This has been your wish for a long time, right? I feel like you've been waiting to push the thankless role of the leader onto me for a while now. No, we're not pushing it onto you. We're asking you to take over as the leader of Squad 404. The future of Squad 404 needs you, 416. I mean that sincerely.
416 does not answer directly. Rather, she looks at Liva standing on the side. Faced with her interrogative gaze, Liva simply nods. As Lena said, Squad 404 is counting on you from now on, 416. Of course, we will also do what's in our power to support the work here. We're not completely leaving you to your own devices. And another thing. Liva deliberately pauses for a second. Go on. I hope you can turn your ambitious words into reality, 416. Keep 404 moving forward and become a force no one dares to challenge. We can safeguard 404 together, right? Liva steps aside her usual slyness, letting her sincerity reach 416 clearly and unmistakably. As a result, all anxiety and unease regarding 404's future buried in 416's mind suddenly vanish. Humph. Unlike a certain irresponsible former leader, I never make empty promises. Even with you sitting around doing nothing, 404 will not collapse. What are you guys babbling about? Awoken by the commotion, GRG-11 walks over while yawning. Liva and Lena's here? What's with all the balloons tied to your hair, GRG-11? It looks so weird. Huh? After pulling on and failing to untie the balloons, GRG-11 gives up. All the while, Andorus patiently helps her untangle the mess. It's official now. 416 is the leader of Squad 404. And more dolls will be joining us in the future. Does that mean Liva and Lena will be leaving? No way. We won't leave even if you want to kick us out. 404 will always be our home. Phew. But wait. Ooh-wah. With 416 as the leader now, wouldn't my life be even more difficult than before? You should be glad you finally have the opportunity to crawl towards the goal of becoming an elite doll now. GRG-11 grimaces with an expression of unbearable anguish. Oh no, she's messing with GRG-11 again. Speaking of, with our new beginning, perhaps you two should take this opportunity to consider new code names. Look, both Liva and I got new ones. Even Andorus kept her old name as her code name. So complicated. Having to think of a name and all that. Can't I just use whatever that comes up? I'll give you a new code name later. As for me, I've already got one. What is it? Hurry up and tell us. Klukai. Klukai. Does it mean anything in particular? Having been watching from the sidelines the whole time, Liva narrows her eyes and ponders for a moment before breaking into a smile. A cognate of Crocodila. Huh. Quite the ambitious and provocative name. Humph. It's just a name I used in the past. Nevertheless, the crocodile's sharp tooth will tear the lion's throat wide open one day. Wow, so scary. While crocodiles rule the water, don't tell me you don't know their ability to fight is handicapped on land, Klukai. Not when I drag your pretentious ass into the water with me. Oh, you can certainly give that a try. A war without gunfire breaks out as Klukai and Liva engage in a heated exchange. Ah, here we go again. My, everyone seems to get along. Haha, you're really quick to adapt, Andorus. Well, this is 404 after all, our internal home and family. In the march of time, Squad 404 takes another step forward, one that uniquely belongs to them. The non-existent Forsaken Squad stranded in Limbo will continue to justify their existence together with the most unconventional attitude. Wow. I really like that. I hate to admit, but it took me a long while to realize that Crocodila was literally just like another way of saying crocodile. Like I was trying so hard to pronounce it for some reason, and I had to look it up. At first, it was giving me like searches for like an element compound. I was like, wait, what? Like, what is this? And then it was saying like Russian, like crocodile in Russian. And I'm like, that's kind of weird because she's supposed to be German technically because her gun is German. I was like, is this even right? And then I was like, you know what? Crocodilla. We'll just go with that. And of course, I was right. Wow. That was very. I love that. See, I really do love these types of events. Not because they're short and like kind of easier to, go through in terms of recording and all that, but it just helps with building the background of the character, like understanding. Like I said in the last, well, not last video, but like I said before that I didn't know that Andorus was part of Springfield's Cafe, but I went into the Dusty Journals, in the Elmo server room section, and you can read, like there's a bunch of like journals you can read, or not read but watch and read, that kind of shows more about the characters. When I got to Macchiato's, Springfield had mentioned about Andorus, and I was like, oh wow, so I did know Andorus was part of Springfield's Cafe. I just didn't have a face to put on the name, or a name to put the face on, whatever. But yeah, so I did know Andorus, but I just didn't remember. But yeah, let's get the last one. But yeah, that was fun. I love that. And now in 7 days we get Jianyu, and that will be very fun. But I really enjoyed these two, and when I was reading about Liva saying they wanted to change the structure of the squad, I kind of laughed at myself because I was like, oh wait, yeah, Team B, Vector, Weldrod, Harpsy, Rushi, and well, it's just them four, Team B. And I had completely forgot. But yeah, man, what a little journey I just took of learning more about these two and about the squad 404. I know I kind of say it too fast, 404 or 404, like I'll say it weird sometimes, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, leave a like, leave a comment saying you did, and let me know, who's your favorite squad member. Because if I had to choose with just one, I would say Klukai. I don't know, I just like that whole I'm all you need, like, thing that she has going on. I wouldn't say yandere type, but like, I'm pretty sure if pushed a certain direction, she would do that. But my second best will be, I want to say Belka, because she's similar to Klukai, but a different personality. But I want to say Meshi. She's kind of cute. And then my third will have to be, man, I want to say Vector or Andorus. Probably Andorus. I really like that, caretaking vibe she has going on. But yeah, that's at the end of the video. 7 more days and I'll be doing Jianyu's. So more names I'll be messing up. Can't wait for that. All right, I will see you whenever. Bye-bye.